both sides. Ready when you are, Mr. Magoo. Well, here's Peter with his 21 goals, helped Aston Villa to the First Division Championship, his first cap now coming at the age of 29. And Alvin Martin of West Ham, thrust into this battle because of injuries to other central defenders. At 22, I suppose he's more one for the future. At any rate, here's the England side. 7 changes forced on Ron Greenwood from the team that drew here against Romania. With Peter Barnes and Graham Rix returning, there could be an upturn in the skill factor. But it's an England side that's been torn apart by injuries and withdrawals. And its captain is the goalkeeper, nobody more popular, of course, than Ray Clements. As for Brazil, well, this is just about their strongest side available. I tell you, you're going to be struggling for time, Lewis. Can we not pick it up on Brazil? Okay. Well, as for Brazil, this is just about their strongest side available. The bulk of them were in the team that narrowly lost in the recent Gold Cup final in Uruguay. Their outstanding men are Cerezo and Socrates in midfield, Ronaldo and Zico, who are prolific scorers up front. And Zico, who scored 7 times in the last 6 games for Brazil, well, he's the man who has the unenviable tag of being called the successor to the great Pelé, as if such a thing were possible. The referee tonight, it's Erich Linnemeyer of Austria. And here is England's new captain, goalkeeper Ray Clements, the first goalkeeper to captain England since the great Frank Swift did so in 1948. And one of the games where Frank was captain, England went to Italy and won 4-0, and I suppose that's the sort of stuff we want to see from England tonight. So England, in a change strip of red shirts and white shorts, get us away. They attack the goal to our left. Brazil, in that world-famous strip of theirs, yellow shirts and blue shorts tonight in white stockings. And a lovely little back heel sends Zico on his way straight away. It really is a test for England here tonight. There's Isidoro falling on the turf there, and the ball coming to Peter Barnes. The last time that England beat Brazil was away back in 1956 when Stanley Matthews was playing and Billy Wright and the great Duncan Edwards. Since then, well, indeed, 11 times these sides have met, and that is the only English victory. Brazil, in fact, have a better record against England than any other overseas country. Number 2 here is Edevaldo. Socrates to Luizinho. And that's Junior, Eder. Number 5, Cerezo. Here's Socrates, a doctor. And a good piece of defensive play there straight away by Graham Rix for England, giving Coppell possession. And a little indication there in those opening moments of what Brazil can produce. Some 12 passes or so without an England player getting near to it. Here's McDermott, and now Wilkins. With his first touch. Really not a very effective one, giving the ball to Eder here, wearing number 18, with a chip inside. And Rix Couldn't quite get to that one. Oscar was too fast for him. Socrates now for Brazil, and straight at the New England captain. Here's Socrates. 4 goals in the last 4 internationals for Brazil. A qualified doctor, incidentally, who specialises of all things in feet, which maybe is very appropriate. A good ball played through here. Cerezo now. Socrates once more. Peter Barnes. Trying to turn Isidoro one way and the other, but in the end it's a free kick, I think. For a push by Peter Barnes. Free kick to Brazil. And a strange one, to say the least, but it's Junior on the far side to the goalkeeper Valdir. Oscar. Socrates. Zico. A little touch for Adair. It's Junior. Cerezo. Junior again. Cerezo. Calm possession play. Skillful, accurate passing. Sanson winning that ball in the air, getting it back again from his Arsenal teammate Graham Rix, and here's Brian Robson. Alvin Martin. Oscar clearly realises he's going to have to accept a physical challenge from Peter With in the air tonight, and gave With a little bit of that treatment himself there. McDermott getting in behind them, but not a lot of space by that corner flag, but nonetheless gets the ball in for Peter Barnes here. Now Barnes, will he take him on? Obstruction there inside the box by Oscar, an indirect free kick. That was a nice little indication there from Peter Barnes of his willingness to take people on. The Austrian referee with his arm well aloft there, indicating to everybody, of course, it's got to be an indirect free kick inside the penalty area. Rix floating it there, but too far for With. And Socrates a little lucky there. Adair. Lovely left foot he's got, but that time headed away by McDermott. Now Zico. Isidoro. Zico, Reinaldo, and Socrates. Junior used to be a winger, now a defender, so you can see he's got good attacking intentions all the time. A lovely ball played there by Socrates. And Martin. Played there by Koppel, first time for McDermott. And now Peter With trying to get number 10, Graham Rix on his way, but cut out quite easily there. And here's Oscar for Brazil. Cerezo. Zico. Cut out again by Sanson. Here's Peter Barnes. Flicked inside there for Wilkins. Chest down by Socrates. Finding Zico. Socrates. Isidoro. A nice little bit of a play there, bringing Edevaldo into it. Socrates, still the fullback Edevaldo, but Brian Robson across. Zico. Junior. Wide for Adair. And the ball coming off Phil Neal for a Brazilian throw. A slight half mistake there by Robson, almost letting Zico in, but Ray Clements. Kenny Sanson for England. Ricks. Here's McDermott. Kneel away on that right touchline. Wilkins. Biggest problem for England at the moment after their recent poor form and facing a Brazilian side with the reputation they've got is not to become overawed. Sanson now finding Ricks. And the Brazilians in these opening minutes give the impression of being a very composed side indeed. Well, the Austrian linesman here was flagging for an offside against Ronaldo, but Linnemeyer, the referee, didn't see him. In the end, there was no danger for England. Sanson, unaware that Isidoro was quickly onto him, but the ball nonetheless found Peter Wind. Into a bit of space here for Ricks. And Ricks dwelt on it a little too long, and Isidoro was back there. Cerezo, Oscar, Isidoro. Luizinho. And now Koppel. Neil outside him, but Koppel's cross coming towards Peter With. And Ricks couldn't quite get in, but it's a throw to England. Sanson. Ricks. Wilkins. Case there of getting nowhere fast. Koppel's little flick on for Peter With. And calmly getting themselves out of trouble, it was Junior finding Zico. Brazilians look as though they might be ready to explode. Wijnaldum and Ada in a lot of space there down the left-hand side, and Robson across superbly for England. But they really opened up England there with a little explosive burst, the Brazilians. And there was a lot of space for this number 18 on the far side, Ada. One pass there, one pass there, and look at the space. And look at the defending here of Brian Robson. That could have been embarrassing. Koppel. Adair to Oscar. Zico to Cerezo. Socrates. It's a real object lesson in possession football, this at the moment, but can they find an explosion near the end of it to make it all worthwhile? Zico in possession now. It must be 8 or 9 passes, 10, 11 should we say. Not making a lot of progress, but keeping possession, and certainly they've got a few people forward. Here's Socrates. Here's another pass, this time for Zico, a little back heel for Socrates, and Clements helped by Wilkins. McDermott. And favouring along the ball there, but cut out by Oscar. Now Isidoro. Cerezo, a little ball through for Ronaldo, and Alvin Martin doing well there. That was a beautifully weighted ball there from the midfielder Cerezo. And Martin did well to nick it away from Ronaldo. But they're looking a little menacing. So far as their skill factor in this game is concerned, the Brazilians. There's Zico with a lovely ball to Isidoro, or rather to Zico, a goal! Well, it looked promising for a long time for the Brazilians. Edivaldo's ball in, suddenly it flew nicely for Zico beyond Ray Clements into the corner of the net, and Brazil a goal up with 11 minutes gone. Edivaldo playing the ball in there, and in truth it fell favourably for Zico, but his ability to get a quick shot in there on target was absolutely supreme. So Brazil go into the lead with 11 minutes gone. And Zico the scorer. And the shot that time from Ricks. Saved by Valdir. He's a 30-year-old goalkeeper. He looks a little older than that. He's been in a couple of World Cups, but not actually played. Zico. Edivaldo. That's the unhappy scoreline for England. And Zico, with 7 goals in the last 6 internationals, makes it 8 now in the last 7. Brazilians last here in 1978, and England drew 1-1 with laying it in for Barnes. Trying to get a 1-2 going with Koppel, but Koppel was very well marked indeed. The long ball out to Adair. Ronaldo. And a nice bit of skill again there with Cerezo finding Edivaldo. Now Isidoro. Ronaldo. Zico, the scorer. Isidoro. And a throw to England. Linesman clearly indicating a throw to England, but Isidoro thought it was a Brazilian throw, and he'll have to come back. Wilkins. Martin. Neil. And an onside. In fact, it was Edivaldo on this side, keeping McDermott onside, and England get a corner. Barnes with the corner. Martin's come up for it. Wood is at the near post. Wide there towards Ray Wilkins, hoping to get one on the volley, but Oscar broke quickly enough to deny him. Ricks. Tall ball there. There's Wilkins coming and busying himself, finding Robson in turn across the line here for Alvin Martin. Further across the line this time to Phil Neal. And now to Terry McDermott. So a quarter of an hour gone, and Brazil leading by a 0-0. Here's Ricks. Oscar, Isidoro, back to Valdir. Isidoro, the Brazilian bench, I would think, very satisfied with the way things are going so far. Every reason to be. Luisinho to Adair. Forward now to Junior. It was Phil Neal who dispossessed him. And Peter Barnes on that side of the field. Ray Wilkins. Neal. Down, free kick. So Neal with the free kick for England. Towards Peter With, couldn't quite make it in the air. Luisinho was there. It's Junior who half completes the clearance for an England throw. Wilkins nicking it back to Phil Neal. Going backwards. Martin. Nonetheless finding Neal. Flicked in for Peter Barnes. Here's McDermott. Koppel playing it in for Neal. McDermott. Back for Neal again. And Koppel couldn't keep it in. The throw to Brazil. Playing like the makeshift side that they are, certainly looking at the moment second best to the Brazilians as Zico moves the ball on again for Ronaldo to chase, and he might beat Alvin Martin. Ronaldo going all the way. No, I think the whistle had gone. The whistle had gone, and Ronaldo will be denied. It was a foul by Alvin Martin. And Ronaldo, whose finishing was superb in the way he shrugged off the unfair challenge of Alvin Martin. And we're going to get a free kick now. There was the pushing and shoving. And Ronaldo went on and finished it. But by now the whistle had gone. Now let's see what the Brazilians can do with this free kick. Adair's there. Zico's there. Socrates is in the wall. It might be left foot by Adair. It is, and it's a save. Well, Ray Clements more than equal to that one. And so it's a corner for Brazil. Held in there, and a safe catch this time by Clements. And now Ricks. Wilkins. Brian Robson. Isidoro. Socrates. Cerezo. Ronaldo. And here's Luisinho. Adair. And there's McDermott. Martin getting in there. Socrates. A good solid English challenge, but it wasn't well received by the Austrian referee, by Brian Robson. But at this moment in the game, you have to say that England are truly getting a lesson in the finer skills of the game of football from what looks to be a really menacing and highly skilled Brazilian side. That was a slack free kick, though, by Socrates, going straight to Ricks. Barnes trying to get the better of Oscar, and could well get the better of Oscar, but unfortunately, yet again, oh, that's an amazing decision by the Austrian referee. He's given a foul against Peter Barnes. Oscar. Edevaldo. Oscar again. Rescue there by Neil, but backed up by Martin. Back to Ray Clements. Wilkins. Wilkins again. Now Neil. Wilkins. Zico trying to again get the pace of a front man, that time Socrates. Sanson. A long ball forward for Ricks to chase from midfield, but really without a hope of getting it. Playing it at their pace at the moment. Junior playing the ball in, that's Clements. Ricks. Robson was making a break from the back, but the pass didn't get to him, and here's Zico again. Number 10 played on for Isidoro. And now maybe a chance for England to break. Brazil have got a few forward. Suddenly England have got one or two forward themselves, as Barnes fights Sanson. Now McDermott. Wilkins. And again tied it up without any real threat coming to that Brazilian goal. Oscar, the big central defender. Cerezo, a real majestic-looking midfield player. Now Oscar, who's really the key man in the defence. Isidoro, Zico. And Neil back to Ray Clements. Robson. Ricks. Barnes up ahead of him. Free kick. Foul there by Cerezo, number 5. So Ricks behind it, and Wilkins also. Barnes has gone wide. They may want to play it to him, and they have. A little shimmy, a little dummy. Can he get to the byline and whip across in? Well, it's behind the goal line for the goal kick. You hate to get the feeling that maybe Barnes, if he could play out wide and be fed consistently down that left and Koppel down the right. I feel a little sorry at the moment for Peter With, who really has had nothing in the air to go for. Hasn't really been getting the sort of crosses that he likes to have a jump at. And there's one coming deep for With, but quite comfortably beaten in the air that time by Oscar. Here's Peter With again. This time finding Barnes. Played in first time for Ricks. Over the head of Luzinho. Now, can With get to that one before it reaches the byline? Oh, a miss kick and a goal kick. Aldir, who's played in the last 7 internationals for Brazil. Martin with Ronaldo. Now it's Robson. Sanson. Barnes. Wilkins. With chesting it down for Wilkins. McDermott had made a great run through the middle. Sanson, England with a few forward. Now with Koppel on this side of the field, finding Wilkins. In turn for Peter Barnes. Free kick. A foul by Socrates. And England with a free kick. Ricks with coming in, or Martin rather, coming in on the far side there, and Oscar getting it away. Ronaldo. Again for Oscar. And this time Socrates chasing it. Robson the last man. And coming away with it quite comfortably for England. But Brazil still leading by 1-0, scored by Zico. And here's Peter Barnes. Ricks. Barnes getting in quickly. Ricks just trying to flick it through there. Gets it through to With at the second attempt. Played here for Peter Barnes. Well, it's a free kick, I think, to England, yes. Dermot playing it back for Brian Robson. Wilkins again. Ricks taken nicely on his chest. An interesting cross there, but Valdir clutching it out of the air before it could reach Peter Wood on the far side. Well, it was almost the sort of cross that Peter With would want. Given a lot of air there by Ricks, but Valdir, the goalkeeper, getting in before the number 9. So Zico finding an Adair who was offside. 23-year-old. It's basically a very young Brazilian side with people like number 4, Luizinho, who's only 22, Edevaldo, who's 24. And here's Peter Barnes for England. Wilkins, Ricks, the crowd trying to get behind Ron Greenwood's men. That's a nice little flick in there by Ricks for With to Sanson, and the shot there by McDermott. And that's the first real bit of trouble there for the Brazilians. And the first little bit of forward play by England that looked as though it might open them up. There's a lovely ball in the first place from Ricks, chested down by With. Sanson's cross coming in, McDermott catching it well on the volley, and as you can see, the keeper was well behind it even though he couldn't hold it. So half an hour gone, and England have put their first threatening attack together. Still find themselves a goal down. Strong challenge there between Sanson and Isidoro. Isidoro, the number 7 who was sent off in a World Cup qualifier against Venezuela. Oscar with the header. Edevaldo, Wilkins in there again. Edevaldo, Socrates towards Zico, cut out though by Koppel. There's Phil Neal. And now Junior, the back heel this time for Cesaro. Zico. Koppel. Kept his feet. He had a couple of really nasty challenges there, but he kept his feet, kept possession. Oh, and now he's nearly given it away. Ronaldo with Isidoro outside him. And there's the ball played, but an offside, and a free kick already taken. Yorkins to With. Now Barnes. Robson, that's a good ball there. Finding Koppel on the far side. And a good cross by him for Peter With. Oh, and Valdier was lucky there. That's the sort of service Peter With wants. And that was the service provided by Steve Koppel, who did superbly to get to that byline. Barnes, who played it to Koppel, and With powering in there, and look how lucky the keeper was. So Koppel with the corner. So Sanson with the throw for England. A little bit of hope now coming. Ricks. That'll come England's way again. Koppel. That's exactly why Peter With has been picked for this one. And I hope that he might get himself on the end of one of those sort of crosses. And they've been in fairly short supply up till now. Barnes on the far side with the two England wide men having switched wings. And Barnes having a little niggle there at Junior. Junior, the number 6 here, having blatantly obstructed Peter Barnes. And now Barnes has got away from him. Right foot this time. And Barnes has been dumped in that corner flag, and it may have been after the ball had gone. There was a little bit of a feud between him and Junior, and McDermott, in fact, has gone over to the number 6 as well to ask him what that was all about. And Adair and Junior between them, I think, dishing out a bit of stuff in that far corner to Peter Barnes. But here's Edivaldo, really powerfully built fullback. Socrates, Zico. Junior's gone through from the back. On the far side is Adair. Here comes the cross, and Clement's cutting it out. The crowd booing Adair for some of the treatment he gave Peter Barnes a moment ago. It's now with Kenny Sanson. England looking a little more committed to the task than they were in the opening quarter of an hour. Encouraged by the header of Peter With that could so easily have brought them an equaliser. So 10 minutes of the first half to go now as Koppel finds his way blocked in the end by Isidoro. Junior getting a bit of booing as well. But here's Isidoro. Now Socrates. A really languid approach that Socrates seems to have. Zico, who's very busy indeed. Junior trying to get it through to Adair again. The flag is up on this side. And a free kick. McDermott. Ricks. McDermott. With Koppel. Didn't seem to be out of play to me, but the linesman who was directly there said yes it was. It's a throw to Brazil. Edivaldo with it. Oscar. Zico. Isidoro. Switched in there towards Socrates, the big man who'd come up from midfield. He can play either as a striker or a midfielder, Socrates, but he's more as a midfielder tonight. Oscar keeping a very close watch indeed on Peter With, the number 3. There's With getting away from his man this time, and the ball finding Koppel. The cross coming in, Peter Barnes on the far side, couldn't keep his feet. Now can Neil get it back? England's throw. Ricks. With the right knee of Zico. Junior, Adair. Socrates with a little flick there to Luizinho. Oscar. Socrates. Zico. Junior. Kenny Sanson will cut that one out, but his header goes straight here to Eldovado. Barnes. Sanson. And foul by Koppel. Brazil, who qualified for the World Cup finals in Spain already. Alvin Martin. The 4 qualifying games brought them a maximum of 8 points. England's ball. Qualifying for the World Cup is not a new experience by any means for the Brazilians. They've played in every World Cup final in the final series, and of course they've won the World Cup on 3 occasions. And they clearly here have got the makings of a side that's going to be a big threat in Spain next year. Well, here's Phil Neal for England. Lifting the ball in there for Koppel. Little back heel, but it didn't come off for him. Wilkins trying to make something of it. And Reinaldo, who was never offside. The Brazilian bench are going mad on the far side with that linesman's decision, and I'm not surprised. I was directly in line, and Reinaldo was in no way offside. But here's Sanson. Played in for Barnes. Quickly had to play it because his heels were being snapped, and that's Ricks quite comfortably into the arms of Valdir. A throw out here to Zico. Isidoro, Socrates. Eldovado going down wide. A little flick in there again for Isidoro. And again Ray Clements is out, supported by Robson. And now McDermott for England. England still this goal down. Played on by Neil, but here's Zico in possession. Brian Robson to Ray Wilkins. Neil now to Wilkins. Played in again for McDermott. Hit well and saved well. He had to readjust completely to McDermott because suddenly he found it on his left foot when really he wanted it on his right. But he still got his shot in. Wilkins playing that penetrating ball. And McDermott hitting it first time, Valdir saving. Junior for Oscar. And now Koppel on the break, coming towards half-time, and across the face of that Brazilian goal again. And well, England having one or two breaks, they're putting them together now, but there's no doubt that the Brazilians are still looking the better side, but England are warming to the task and taking a little bit of encouragement now from the breaks they are making. Koppel on this occasion putting it beyond Valdir, but well beyond the post as well. The left foot of Adair, a lovely ball there, nodded in first time by Eldovado. Here's Isidoro. Sanson not giving him a moment's peace. And in the end, a free kick given by the referee and not by the linesman. He didn't indicate anything like that, and yet he was right there. So it's Edevaldo with the free kick for Brazil. Socrates has moved into the box there. Reinaldo was there too, a little man who somehow got his header in. Terrific little number 9 this. He played in the 78 World Cup, but he's had cartilage operations in both his knees, and that really has stunted his progress a little bit. But he's still shown himself to be quite a front player. Edevaldo. Ronaldo, a lovely little touch again there for Socrates. Back again this time for Cerezo. Here's Adair. This will come for Zico. Again, they love that little back heel, but it didn't come off on that occasion. And here's Rix leading the charge for England. He's got With up ahead of him. Socrates, who gave the ball away, getting back quickly, and then Rix's final pass not likely to reach Barnes. And England get a throw. In the last minute now of the first half. Sanson flicked into Barnes. And Sanson's determination getting England another chance there. And Edevaldo finding Zico. Socrates. Junior, Zico, and the half-time whistle goes as Junior had made a tremendous run from the back, and Brazil go in leading by a goal to nil, scored by Zico so early in the game and looking the better side, but England keeping themselves in the game with a good battling performance that at least keeps themselves afloat at half-time here. Well, we'll have to see how things work out in the second half. That's the half-time score. England 0, Brazil 1, and we'll be back with that second half. said what he had to say at half-time. Ron Greenwood, the England manager, goes back to his seat for the start of the second half. If you like, yep. Yes. Pardon? They are. Good. So welcome back then at the start of this second half, with Brazil leading by a goal to nil. That goal scored by Zico. And in point of fact, England playing the first 15 minutes as though they really felt they had no right to be on the pitch with the Brazilians, but then really warming to it towards half-time and getting in amongst them and making a few things happen, and in fact creating one or two chances which will give this large Wembley crowd something to hope for now in the second half. Here's Kenny Sansom for them. England in the dark shirts of red, Brazil in yellow. Here's Zico, the man who scored that goal. McDermott, and back to the England skipper Ray Clements. That's a stray pass that goes to Peter With. Played there by Wilkins, who's coming forward more and more, and that's a good sign for England. And Isidoro getting back there, putting it away before Peter Barnes could get to that byline and whip in his cross. So Barnes with England's throw. No, he's going to leave it for Kenny Sansom. Nice throw there. Nothing that Peter Wills could do about it, except that England have for themselves a corner. And after the disappointments of a defeat against Spain and then that goalless draw here against Romania, to get some sort of result against this excellent-looking Brazilian side will be quite something. It raised morale enormously, but there's still this goal down, but England now with a free kick, which Graham Rix looks as though he wants to take quickly. With jockeying for position there, it may not reach him, but Alvin Martin would come up and England got a corner. Well, the referee is clearly signalled the corner, and the linesman is standing on the corner flag. The Brazilian's not happy with it, but a corner it will be. With right in there, Valdia the goalkeeper. Barnes with that corner. Oscar didn't get to it. Edivaldo did. McDermott stabbing it in there, but the Brazilians back in numbers and get it clear there to Reinaldo. Robson. Wilkins. Played wide for Barnes. Sticking to this right flank now, as he did for much of the first half, and letting a drive go that Valdir just pushed away. When he's in that mood, he is a really dangerous international player, Peter Barnes. And that fell nicely onto his left foot. And Valdir really had to get down to push that one away. Now here he is with a corner. Floated in there towards Peter With, trying to flick it on, but in the end Brazil get it away to Zico. Now Oscar. Isidoro with Edevaldo going wide, but it's England's throw. They quicken their pace, England, a little bit, and the tempo of the whole game has increased. Martin playing it there for With. A flick on, but not easy for Junior. Zico. Socrates. And again, England are doing a good hustling job there. Just not standing back and admiring the Brazilian footwork, and there wasn't much to admire in that challenge by Socrates on Barnes in any case. But England are really fighting their way back into this game. On his feet again. McDermott with the free kick. Floated in low there towards Koppel. Phil Neal trying to get a header in there. And in the end, the Brazilians get it to Zico. Reinaldo. Sanson making a lot of ground to get back there and challenge the Brazilian striker. The ball out of play. England's throw. And the crowd sensing that England are putting a big effort in here. Wilkins. And that ball not getting through to Koppel, but Koppel doing a bit of hustling there to try and dispossess Zico. But Zico finding Isidoro. Isidoro. Zico. Here's Socrates, number 8. Now Junior. Flicked in there again towards Isidoro, but Clements is out. And now Ricks. Played for Barnes. I think the crowd are... Oh, there's an obstruction by Cerezo. With now Neal, and the Brazilians quite prepared to let that go for the goal kick. Luizinho is 22 years old, first played in the recent Gold Cup tournament in Uruguay. Luizinho, Junior, Socrates, Oscar, and Zico. Isidoro. Zico challenged and beaten there by Ricks. Zico making a real meal of that challenge. Now McDermott. Both having to battle there with Cerezo for that ball coming off the defender. Wilkins playing it there for Sanson, and that was the only safe thing he could do, really. Now Neil. Robson. Wilkins to Robson again. That's a good ball there by Brian Robson. It gets England wide again with Coppell, and he's got good support from Wilkins. The cross coming for Peter With on the far side. There's his header. Can McDermott turn it? No, he can for Ricks, and it's over the top, but it was a good, well thought out move there by England. And again coming from playing it wide for Steve Coppell here. And With able to get up on the far side, knot it down. McDermott couldn't get a shot on himself, but saw that Ricks was available on the volley, but always on the up. Ronaldo with the backward header, and Neil with the ball played back to Clements. Now Alvin Martin. Ronaldo, but it was a handball apparently, according to Linnemeyer, the referee, by Zico. Robson playing it in there for With, too high for him. The ball bouncing on ahead of Terry McDermott. Junior for Brazil. That's a nice little flick again by Isidoro, but you notice the way that Peter Barnes got back in there, and England are really doing a bit of battling here. I think there's no doubt where the class lies in this game, but in terms of heart and commitment, England are more than matching their South American visitors. And here's Coppell now. And Socrates holding Coppell at bay. McDermott. Ricks. Sanson's made a break. And what a ball by Ricks. Barnes. Sanson. Twisting and turning and looking for a yard or so to get a ball in towards the head of Peter With. Perhaps Ricks just nudging it on there for Phil Neal. Wide here for Robson. Played in again there, but it was an easy one there for Cerezo to get away, and a free kick to Brazil. But England playing with a good deal more purpose now in the opening 10 minutes of this second half. Socrates here for Cerezo. Now Zico, and Junior come up from the back offside. But what an attacking fullback he is. As I say, he used to be a winger, and he just loves to go forward and gets a fair ration of goals. But here's Coppell now for England. England's throw, Coppell with it. McDermott quick to spot the possibilities, and through the throw being taken quickly and catching them a little bit on the wrong foot, the Brazilians have conceded the corner. England are really giving it a go at the moment, but they're still this 1-0 down. Zico the scorer for Brazil. Barnes with the corner. And Adair reluctant to retreat the full 10 yards. Barnes then with the corner. Towards Alvin Martin. Isidoro. Played back again for Isidoro. Cerezo, Isidoro, Socrates, Oscar. That's a lovely ball there for Eldevaldo. And the cross coming in, Alvin Martin has got to take command of it, and with Phil Neal to help him, and he's given it away to Adair, and now to Reinaldo, to Adair again into the side netting, and a goal that would have been of England's making had it gone in. But Phil Neal getting into a little bit of a panic there, deep inside his own penalty area right there, and hitting the ball straight at Adair. And there could have been a bit of trouble. Wilkins. Zico finding Junior. Oh, good challenge by Wilkins. With coming back there to make his presence felt. Finding Phil Neal. The nice little chip by him. If Barnes could keep it in, he can't and didn't have a chance. But the crowd are warming to Peter Barnes in this game, and they feel that every time he gets the ball in a favourable position, things might just happen. The Brazilians will be shown that we've got a bit of class too. Edivaldo. Ronaldo, but he's given it to Wilkins. It'd just be nice to see Wilkins pushing forward just a little more. He's doing it at this moment, but things seem to happen so much better for England when he is way up in the Brazilian half of the field. But it's a throw to Brazil now. Go on to play France in Paris and then West Germany in Stuttgart. All a part of their build-up, getting European experience before the World Cup in Spain next year. Oh, and Eder. Neal had committed himself. Eder! Whoa, my word, what a shot that was! I don't think I've ever seen a ball swing quite as much as that. And once Phil Neal had committed himself, there, Eder just whacked it first time, and just look at it bend. Clemens was lost and it clipped off the bar. What an amazing bit of skill by Eder, this young number 18. So a quarter of an hour, the second half gone, England still trailing by a goal to nil. Ricks playing a ball there just a little too firmly, which was a shame because Barnes might have been on that to the byline. Well, the crowd are still buzzing about that quite remarkable shot by Eder. I don't think I've ever seen Ray Clements quite so wrong-footed as he was, and it's understandable when you saw how much that ball moved in the air. I think Ray had absolutely given it up as lost. There's Brian Robson finding Terry McDermott. Now Coppell. Coppell and Barnes, incidentally, the only two survivors of that England side that drew here 1-1 against Brazil in 1978. Wilkins. Twisting again towards With and punched away. What a good punch that was. He made a lot of ground, Valdir, with that. Neal crossing it in again. Peter Barnes looking for something and finding nothing, and Socrates can take it up for the Brazilians. Barnes going back there, Socrates holding him off, and in the end it was Sanson who bowled him over. And I think the look on Sanson's face suggested that the Brazilian number 8 made it look a lot worse than it was. So Brazil get a free kick. I think even with their tremendous skill from dead balls, it's possibly a little too far out even to expect them to trouble Clements from there. But Eder looks as though he's going to have a long dip at it. Surely he can't mean to have a pot at goal from that sort of range. Well, the referee is wanting England back the full 10 yards. This must be 35 yards at least. And the England players are attacking the ball, but they can't do that until he struck it. And so here's Eder, 35 yards out and hitting it straight at the England players. And I think we will find that he'll get another try because the England players got within the 10 yards. And so it's a free kick once again for Brazil, and this time a little closer to Clements. Well, we've already seen what he can do from a long way out with a viciously swerving ball. Now that's the distance. Now there's the wall lined up. There's Clements doing his best to make sure that every eventuality is covered. And here's Eder through the wall this time, and Clements down. Luizinho to Sorensen. Zico. Foul by Neil, free kick. It's almost as though Brazil had realised how much England had fought their way back into things, that they've raised their own game a little bit now. Robson gently back to Clements. Now Wilkins. What a push forward. Sanson. Wilkins again, played back. Robson carefully this time for Martin. And running into a bit of trouble. There, putting it out into touch. It's England's throw, and Phil Neal with it. Wilkins with coming off his man and finding Robson. Here's Sanson. Wilkins. Everybody in the Brazilian half now, except Ray Clements. He's outside his penalty area. Brooks. As England go looking for this equaliser. Sanson flicked through there to Peter Barnes. Getting a 1-2 going, well, almost at any rate, but Oscar was there. And a little bit of accurate, simple passing. And the ball played away by the Brazilians, but it gets them out of trouble. Sanson with the throw. Ricks, Diego with playing it on for Ricks. Now we want a good cross this time. Curling there a bit too close to the keeper, but he was taking no chances and England got a corner. A little word there with Koppel. And McDermott with the corner for England. Floated there again towards Martin and it's With's header. And it's back with the keeper. Just had that one very good header in the first half, Peter With. Now Socrates, but that should be Neil's ball. Certainly at this point a better performance by England than they showed either against Spain or in the World Cup against Romania, but they're still a goal down. Wilkins giving Zico no time to consider what should be done with the ball. Now Isidora probably get the same treatment from Kenny Sanson. And the ball must have been out of play. It's a throw. Isidoro. Cross Medivaldo coming in, Martin winning it well in the air for England. Junior to Adair. Well, that's a ball that's going to go straight to Clements. If only England could wipe the slate clean from the opening 15 minutes when they were almost humiliated, certainly outclassed and at times embarrassed, and put a goal behind. Well, in their own way, they've battled themselves back into this game and more than held their own against the Brazilians. But here comes Isidoro. And wide on the far side is Edivaldo. And that's a corner, is it, or a throw for Brazil? A throw which Edivaldo, the fullback, will take. Hits it straight to Kenny Sanson. Sanson, and now the comes. Wilkins. With Wilkins lost out on that one, and here comes the counter-attack, and here's Adair. Ronaldo waiting in the middle. That's a cross almost made for him. Nodded down there. Oh, and Cerezo was almost there in a position to finish it off. That was a snake-like thrust there from the Brazilians, and the number 5 here, Tonino Cerezo, just couldn't finish it off. It was Adair's cross, and Ronaldo, with a lovely little nod back there into the path of the number 5, didn't make the contact. Isidoro, played there by Junior, but Phil Neal will cut it out. Sanson. We have about 20 minutes left. Play for Koppel. Well, they're looking for a goal. The only front man that England have got on the bench is Trevor Francis. But here's Wilkins now, with a cross coming in towards Peter With, but he didn't get ahead to that one. Adair coming back for Brazil. And apparently there was a foul by Peter With. And a little bit of fun and games going on there between Junior and With. Robson to Sanson. Koppel battling away there. Wilkins, a little flick in again for Koppel. Nodded in, but there's nobody filling that sort of gap. And here's Adair for Brazil. That's a lovely ball played on there into the path of Socrates. Can he keep it in play? He can't. It's England's throw. Now Martin. That was a pretty strong challenge on Zico by Neal, and a free kick to Brazil already taken. Adair. Played there for Reinaldo. That's Clemens' ball. Junior to Zico. Socrates. And again. And Zico. Played there through once more towards Junior, but a good sweeping job there by Brian Robson. Neal. Koppel. Wilkins. And now Ricks. Barnes with a head out. With looking for something there, but the corner given against Linzinho. With was putting him under pressure, and Koppel will go across there and take the corner. with at the near post then, watched by Socrates and Oscar, the number 3. Just over a quarter of an hour to go, and England still trailing 1-0. Koppel with the corner for England. Played deeper this time towards Alvin Martin, got the header in and Oscar got it away. Here's Wilkins playing it wide for Ricks. Koppel wanting it wide on the touchline. Sanson now. And only Ronaldo is up there for Brazil, and Robson can manage him. Phil Neal wide for Peter Barnes. It'd be nice to see Barnes take on Junior, which is what he's done. And again. But in the end, he was stopped there by Luizinho. And here's Junior. A little back heel there. Sorezo. Junior keeping the running going. Lovely teamwork there by Brazil. Played back for Adair. Cross is a good one. Ronaldo was there with a header, and Clements went down to save. Good cross by Adair. That's a lovely left foot he's got. And the little man got a ball he wasn't really entitled to. Wilkins now playing it wide for Sanson, or rather for Koppel. And a cross coming in towards Peter with. And a corner there to England. What a lovely bit of play by Stevie Koppel. He is turning, getting up off that challenge, whacking in a superb cross there, with chesting it down and not quite enough time, cannoning off the defender behind for the corner. Barnes will take the corner. Deep towards Martin, had it knocked off his head. Wilkins with a chance to turn it back in perhaps, but Isidoro there making life difficult for him, and there's Oscar. Robson. And a foul there on Sanson, and England's free kick. Zito the guilty man. Zico. 52 caps he's won for Brazil. Played here in the 1978 game. And now 27 years old. Sanson with the kick for England. With chesting it down. Wilkins with a shot and a goal kick. Well, England are claiming a deflection, but the Austrian eyes didn't see it. And it'll be a goal kick. Inside the last quarter of an hour now. Sanson to Ricks. Well played, Graham Ricks, finding Steve Koppel. And that's Oscar's ball with ease. Oh, that was a nice bit of skill too, and the ball still amazingly left into play. A backfield by Socrates, and then Zico running into a bit of trouble. And here's England in possession with Sanson, showing that they've got a one-touch game of their own. And there's Wilkins now, a bit of skill coming forward for both sides. Played wide there for McDermott, and now played in first time there by Neal, with trying to get it on. Handball, they claim, and the referee say it came off the Brazilian chest. Well, that wasn't easy to see first time round. And it's played there for Oscar. And now for McDermott. Barnes, and the ball into touch. It's now with Wilkins. Played now on the far side for Graham Ricks. And is that going to be a corner, or is that going to be a throw? Well, for their commitment alone, England deserves something from this. That was a lovely cross there, and look at Ada's cheek. My word, in his own penalty area, killing the ball like that, waiting for McDermott to make the rush and then sticking the ball between his legs. Edivaldo now for Brazil. Socrates. Letting fly, Willie. Zico was in there, but not in. And now Sanson with a chance to get it away. Back, in fact, to Clements. Koppel, well controlled. Wilkins. Sanson. Now Ricks. And Isidoro coming back and doing the relieving work there for Brazil. Koppel with the throw. Kenny Sanson now with the cross in there towards Peter With, but quite easily beaten there. And Neal's pass going straight to Adair. Played on for Socrates. A back heel this time for Brasileiro. And here wide. That was out of play, surely. Yes, Junior couldn't keep it in. Ten minutes left. England a goal down. With Koppel. Sanson. It's a good ball there. Played in by Ricks towards With. And now by Neal, and that's the keeper's ball. It wasn't a very good clearance there by Valdir, going straight to Wilkins. And now McDermott trying to get Barnes wide. England's throw. Koppel. Back for Barnes. Played in first time for McDermott. Just there. And Edivaldo showing a lot of skill in the way that he just scooped that one away to Isidoro. And here's Cerezo. Socrates on the far side. Sanson, who's had a terrific game for England, sticking to it well, but Socrates again in possession and then brought down by Brian Robson. Looking in agony. And the England players, I think, having a little sympathy, feeling that he's piling on the agony a little bit there after Robson's challenge. Ball played in there for Socrates, and Robson going in there, and I think, to be honest, he made it look a lot worse than it was. Well, he's a qualified doctor himself, Socrates, so maybe he's done a quick diagnosis and told the trainers what they have to do. Well, the England bench, and no sign of any substitution now with about 7 minutes to go. Well, I don't think it'll surprise you that Socrates is all right to go on. And Adair with the free kick. Zico is there also, but hit straight at the wall. And knocking out one of the England men in that wall. Absolutely knocked straight out. Looks like Phil Neal. No, it's not Phil Neal. Ray Wilkins, maybe. Absolutely poleaxed, and Fred Street there with the sponge to try and bring a little bit of sense back into the mind of Ray Wilkins. Here was Adair. It didn't look as though it was all that powerfully struck, to be honest. But he obviously must have caught him straight in the face, and like a guardsman going down at a passing out parade, Ray passes out. Well, let's see how it was that Ray Wilkins, the number 6, did get himself knocked out. Oh yeah, it caught him smack in the face. And down he goes. Well, he was down for the count, was Ray Wilkins, and on the clock we have 5 minutes left now. Being told to stick the sponge up his jumper. And it'll be a drop ball on the far side of the field with 5 minutes now remaining. Now it's the time for England to put in one real big effort now to try and pull back this one goal. Certainly their commitment after that first embarrassing 15 minutes or so has never been in doubt. I think there's little doubt that in terms of the skill factor, the Brazilians probably deserve to be in front. But it's been in many ways a better England performance than we've seen for the last 2 or 3 games. Martin. Played for Neil. And he'll probably turn it back. Well, there wasn't a lot on for him, in fairness. Sanson. Sanson again, taking it from Wilkins. Ronaldo. It's the ball there for Junior, but Phil Neal cut it out. Then Ronaldo playing it wide here for Adair. There's his left foot coming into play. Ronaldo right in there. And Zico trying to make something of it, but there wasn't enough room for that, and Clements was quickly spotting that danger. The England captain urging his men forward in one last bid to try and get something back from this game, and the ball finding Koppel here. There's its cross coming in, and it's not a bad one, and Valdier down once more as Reed closed in. Something there that the referee didn't like, but it was a lovely wet cross there by Steve Koppel. Every time England have gone wide and Koppel and Barnes have managed to get their crosses in, you've hoped for something. Now Adair. That's off Neil for a throw to Brazil. And England with a defeat against Spain, a goalless draw here against Romania, and what looks as though it might well be a defeat against Brazil, going through a really rough period here at Wembley at the moment. In terms of the results, it's been very, very disappointing. Zico, his skill and just turning it there to find Adair. Just 2 minutes left. And the Brazilians, I would think, quite satisfied with the way the evening's gone for them. They've been here to test the strength of European football in European conditions. And they've shown that their skill factor will always give them a great chance, and an ability really to take pressure when England have put it on them. But here's some more pressure coming late in the game now from Steve Coppell. That's a good deep cross there once more towards Peter With, and he got a header in there too. Oscar getting it away. Here's Wilkins. Will he look for a shot himself? No, he plays it wide, and there's space here for Coppell. Driven in there, and Valdir pushing it away. Some good stuff's come from England down these flanks tonight, and this time instead of trying the cross, Steve Coppell tried the shot, and that was curling a bit, and Valdir pushing it away for this corner to be taken now by Peter Barnes. McDermott looking for something on the volley. Peter With, and he didn't quite react quickly enough. Oh, another tumble there. And in fact, it was the referee, I think, getting in the way of everybody at that point. And another Brazilian down as though he's poleaxed. And the game will go on, and Cerezo is okay. And it's nodded in there by Ricks, and you can see how the referee didn't exactly help the situation there, and the tumble came. With got up, Cerezo a little after him. So here's the kick to be taken by Valdir. Playing time added on for injuries, stoppages, time wasting. Socrates now to Zico. And unless England can find something really dramatic in the seconds that remain, the Brazilians have started their European tour, a short one, with a 1-0 victory. But here is Wilkins. And now Alvin Martin. And now Ricks. Getting some encouragement from the crowd, England, in these last seconds, as though they realise that England have put a lot into this performance. Barnes crossing it in there. Oh, and that almost came to Martin. It might come to Coppell. No, it doesn't. McDermott can't get a shot in either. Neil now crossing it in once more. Peter With is there, poised once more, and Sanson right in there, and With! Oh, and he's hit the post in the last moments of the game. Oh, how unlucky can you get? So out of nothing, England suddenly looked as though they'd got themselves an equaliser. Sanson, a fantastic jump, with a good shot when he was slightly off balance, but against the post, across the goal line, and Brazil was saved. And the final whistle. Well, that was tough luck for England, who really battled superbly for so long after that embarrassing opening quarter of an hour when Brazil scored through Zico. The crowd encouraged them right to the end, sensing that this was a better England performance, and it was almost rewarded right at the end when Peter With hit the Brazilian post. Well, excitement in that final flurry, and coming up next tonight, action highlights from the Scottish Cup final between Rangers and Dundee United, all the latest Cup final news, and of course the verdict on tonight's England performance. That's right after this break with the final score: England 0, Brazil 1.